You've transformed in such an unexpected way, but it's the way you've blossomed that leaves me in awe. The changes are obvious, but they carry with them a story of growth, strength, and resilience. Seeing you now, I realize that time has changed us both. But what I feel when I look at you is a reminder of the deep, unspoken bond we still share. Even in your new form, you remain a part of me. You almost looked like a stranger, but the more I looked, the more I recognized the parts of you that time hadn't touched. It's as though you've come full circle, a beautiful combination of past and present. Your new look caught me off guard, but what really stopped me was how it mirrored the inner transformation you've gone through. It's not just your face that's changed, it's your soul, your energy, and I feel that deeply. Sometimes change is so subtle that we don't even realize it until it's right in front of us. You look so different, but as I took in the details, I realized that it's not the outer change that matters. It's the inner shift. You've undergone a beautiful transformation, one that speaks to the person you've become. There's a quiet confidence in the way you carry yourself now, and I can't help but admire how far you've come. I didn't recognize you at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this version of you is just another step on your journey. It's beautiful to see how far you've come, and I'm grateful to be a part of that. You look so different, but it's not just the outward changes that intrigue me. It's the person you've become, the quiet strength you radiate, and the wisdom you carry. I'm in awe of how you've grown. There's something about the way you've changed that leaves me speechless. You look different, but it's more than just appearance. It's a shift in who you are, a transformation that speaks to a deeper part of you. It's strange, isn't it? How someone can look so different and yet still feel so familiar. There's a part of you that I still recognize, and that makes all the changes feel like a part of the beautiful evolution of who you are. Your change feels like a journey I wasn't there for, yet I can't help but feel connected to it. You've grown, evolved, and transformed into someone new, yet in some way I see pieces of the person I once knew. The way you've transformed is nothing short of breathtaking. It's like watching a butterfly emerge from its cocoon, a beautiful shift that makes me marvel at the beauty of change and growth. When I saw you, I realized that we all change, sometimes in ways we don't expect. You look so different, yet there's something about you that's still the same, a thread that connects the past to the present. You almost seemed like a stranger when I first saw you, but then I realized that in your transformation, I've also changed. It's like we're both learning new versions of ourselves, side by side. The person standing before me now is different, but I feel like I know them just as well. It's as though we've both changed, yet remained the same. And there's something farting about that realization. I couldn't place what was different about you at first, but the more I watched, the more I understood. It's not just your appearance, it's the way you carry yourself now, with confidence and a deeper sense of self. You've changed, but in that change, there's a beauty that's undeniable. It's a transformation I didn't expect, yet one I can't help but admire. I almost didn't recognize you at first, but then I realized it's not just the way you look that's changed, it's the way you feel, the energy you radiate. It's like meeting a new version of you, and I'm here for it. It's amazing how time molds us. You look different, and yet, in your eyes, I see the same soul that I've always known. It's a strange mix of nostalgia and awe, as if we're both discovering who we are now. Your transformation is something I never expected, but now that I see you, I realize how beautiful it is. You've become someone I didn't know, yet I can feel that part of me still recognizes you. Seeing you like this makes me wonder how many of us go through transformations that no one else can truly understand. You look different, yet there's a familiarity in the way you smile, a comfort in the changes you've made. You've evolved, and it's fascinating to witness. You looked so different, yet I see in you the same heart, the same spirit that I always cherished. At first, I didn't recognize you, but the more I looked, the more I realized that the changes weren't just physical, they were the kind that reflected a deep inner shift, something truly beautiful. In your transformation, I see the beauty of growth. You look different, but it's a change that comes from within, a reflection of your soul's journey through life. When I saw you again, there was something about your presence that felt both familiar and foreign at the same time. I couldn't place it, but it left me wondering how much you've changed and whether I've grown alongside you or somewhere else. The way you've transformed, it's like stepping into a new world. Every detail feels different, but there's still a part of you that lingers, reminding me of what we once were. It's as if time has sculpted you into someone almost unrecognizable, but in your eyes, I see the echoes of the person I knew, and it stirs something deep inside me. You stand before me, and I'm filled with a sense of awe and confusion. How could someone change so much, yet still carry pieces of their old self in the way they smile? I didn't expect to see you this way, changed yet still the same. There's a story in every wrinkle, every shift in your energy, and it's as though life has written a new chapter for you, leaving me wondering if I fit in anymore. You look so different now, and in your transformation, I can't help but reflect on how much we both have evolved. It's a bittersweet realization how time changes everything, even the ones we think we know best. It's funny how someone can look so different and still feel so familiar. Yet in that change, there's a story I want to understand, an untold narrative of growth and shifts in perception. Your new appearance was unexpected, but it wasn't the external changes that caught me off guard. It was the shift in your energy, your aura, something deep inside you that I could sense without fully understanding. You almost looked like a stranger when I saw you again. But the more I look, the more I realize it's not you that's changed. It's the way I see you. Time has altered my perspective more than anything. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something in the air when you walk into the room. It's like you've become this new version of yourself that I almost can't keep up with, and yet I'm drawn to understand every part of you. You didn't just change in appearance, you've grown in ways I can't even explain. And suddenly I'm confronted with this new version of you, someone I never imagined but still find myself intrigued by. When I looked at you, I realized it's not just the external changes that matter, it's the layers beneath, the experiences that have shaped you, that make me pause and think about how different we've both become. It feels like I'm meeting a version of you for the first time, so familiar yet completely new. The differences are striking, but I can't help but wonder what stories are hiding behind that transformation. In your transformation, I see not just a change in appearance, but a deeper, more profound shift in who you are. The face may be different, but the energy you carry feels like it belongs to the person I once knew. I almost didn't recognize you, but I should have known that you were always destined for change. Life has a way of transforming us, even when we think we are unchanged. You look so different, and yet there's a stillness about you that tells me you've always been this person, even when I didn't see it. You've grown into yourself, and I'm just learning to understand the new version of you. Sometimes the changes we see in others are reflections of our own journey. You looked so different, yet the feeling of connection was still there. It's like we're both evolving, separately but together in some strange way. When I first saw you again, I was overwhelmed with the realization that time had altered us both. You looked different, but the person inside still felt so familiar to me. It was a strange mix of surprise and nostalgia. There's a beauty in the way you've changed. I almost didn't recognize you, But the more I looked, the more I saw how your transformation was the result of all the struggles, joys, and lessons you've encountered. You've grown, shifted, and evolved, but I still see the essence of who you are beneath all the changes. It's incredible how we can look so different and still feel the same on the inside. Your appearance caught me off guard, but what truly surprised me was the sense of wisdom and grace you now carry. There's a depth in your eyes that wasn't there before, and I feel honored to witness this version of you. It's amazing how much a person can change in such a short time. But despite how different you look, the connection we share hasn't changed. It's like meeting you for the first time, but still knowing who you are at your core. I looked at you and felt a strange mix of awe and curiosity. You're different yet familiar, and it's as though time has sculpted you into something more beautiful, more profound, more you than ever before.